Moo, 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 moo. That was bovine for subscribe to the channel and like the video if you want more Diablo 4 content. Today, guys, we have a video on probably the biggest subject in the last 20 years if you're talking about Diablo. Okay, second biggest. First being the secret chat gem in Diablo 2, and this one being about the cow level. Yes, so in Diablo 1, there was a rumor of a secret cow level. In Diablo 2, we did have a secret cow level. Diablo 3, we had a similar cow level. And now in Diablo 4, it appears that people may have found the beginning clues of another secret cow level in Diablo 4. Now, any D4 veteran is expecting this to be in the game somewhere. We know that there's a lot of brand new players coming to the ARPG and Diablo 4 space, and this will be their first introduction to the secret cow level. And this is the best part of it, and that is figuring out the secret and how to unlock it and what to do. So you might ask yourself, what is the secret cow level? And today we're going to go over some of that, talking about the old secret cow level, how you got to it, and the clues that they found for the new secret cow level in Diablo 4. Speculative anyway. So first and foremost, we had the secret cow level in Diablo 2, and that looks something like this. So you had to get together a series of items, put them together in a big box, and what would happen is a portal would open to an area called the secret cow level, and in here there would just be hordes and hordes and hordes of cows with spears or polearm type weapons, and you would just have to fight them. This was a great place to farm items, great place to farm experience. It's a very compact area, all things considered, with a ton of mobs in there. And there was a unique mob in there called the Cow King. And a little Easter egg, well, not Easter egg, but a little thing that happened if you killed the Cow King was you could not open the portal anymore. So every time you went in there, you had to be extra careful. You didn't one-shot the Cow King if you came across him, because that means that character was bricked in terms of making the portal again. You could still go in the portal if somebody else would open it, but your character would lose the ability to go in here. So it's just a cool little thing that they added into the game that was like a little secret thing for the players to figure out, and it's just become a part of history in ARPGs and specifically the Diablo franchise. So the first thing that we've come across here in terms of clues and data minings and stuff, and this is one that's right in front of our face, and maybe if you don't have a creative mind, you won't be able to see it here, but if you look at this map, you can see that it's kind of in the shape of a cow's head. This is the first bit of a clue that we had that there's going to be some other hints in the game regarding the cow level. If you look here, this is kind of the snout of the cow. This is the mouth going down here, and then you have up here to like its ears right here, you know, and it's just kind of has the shape of a cow head. And now if you just see this, you're like, hey, that kind of looks like a cow head. And you'd be like, well, I mean, that's kind of just reaching. It's probably just coincidence, or you know, maybe just something to get your brain ticking. But if that's all the clues we had, we wouldn't think very much of it. But that's not all the clues we have. There's a bit more to this story. And I think if we put all these things together, we're going to see that while it might not be in the game yet, it's definitely set up to be here in the future, maybe as a Season 1 event. Second, this is if you're in that area that we were just looking at on this map. So if you are in this far area all the way over to the east side of the map, the right side of the map, you will come to this area here. Now, this is not my screenshot. I did grab it off a Twitter thread, but I did go here on my character just to make sure that this was true, and it is. If you come here, there are some slain druids. Specifically druids, not villagers or anything like that. There's one slain druid on the ground right there. And then there are 3 cows. Every time I reloaded the area, it did seem like it was always 3 cows. You can attack these cows. They do die. And I personally think that that is somehow tied into how we're going to unlock this cow level. The next part of our puzzle here is going to be here in Kedbaru, the town. You can find this little pond in the middle of the town. It is surrounded by 4 ox or bovine type animals here. And obviously, this is not just by chance, though if you were just walking by it in town, you may not notice that it is anything in particular. It blends in very nicely. There are some specific things in here that do take notice. Um, we're going to get to those things that are in those ponds because they're going to tie together and perhaps be the clues to how we get into this cow level. Now, this one is a part of data mining. I couldn't find any like confirmable information if anybody has found any of these items we're about to look at in the game. Obviously a lot of people have fake screenshots and things like that, claiming to have them, but I haven't seen anything that we could really confirm. So the first one that we have here, and I will maybe move the camera here real quick. Give me a moment. We'll move it up to the corner. Maybe we'll just do a little flippy flip here. There we go. All right, so the first one that we have here is a intricate metallic fragment. It's a quest item, so you will have to look for these in your quests tab if you did pick them up. Maybe it's worth, if you haven't looked in there for a while, take a look and see. Maybe you have these sitting in there and had no clue. If you do, DM me first before you DM anybody else. But no, get that information out there because this is a active egg hunt for these items, and the more information we can have, the better. So the description says it is a metallic fragment of unknown origins, still humming with magical energies. It appears to be part of some ancient device. Though its purpose is lost in time, this was an object of great significance. So if you know how the cow level was opened in Diablo 2, this is pretty significant because you could take a guess that... I'm sorry if you guys saw, dude, the cat just fell off the desk. He went to rub up against my arm, and he just fell off of the desk. Ajax, buddy, I don't know, man. I don't know what that was. You needed to use the Herodric Cube in Diablo 2, which was it was filled with magical energy. It was an ancient device. It was of great significance. It meets all of the properties of what we're looking at here. So that's going to be a pretty big part of the clue here. Next up on the list, we had the strange key, and you can see here that the key is in the shape of a C at the top, probably for cow, right? If this is going to be for any significance here. So this is a strange key quest item again. This is a large metal key, though it appears ordinary. You feel that it has some kind of power. What could this unlock? Who knows what this could unlock, is what you see there. You didn't need any kind of a key in Diablo 2 to open up the portal. So this one is a little bit of an outlier. I'm going to take a guess that it maybe unlocks a door that you need to go into to be able to open up the portal itself. Speculation, of course. This one here, everybody knows what this is if you're a part of Diablo 2. I'll move me up out of the way here real quick again. So it's called the Musty Tome. It says it's a tattered leather binding of an old tome. The deep blue dye is faded with age, and all of the pages have been torn out. Though its purpose is lost to time, this was once an object of great significance. So in Diablo 2, to open up the portal, one of the ingredients that you needed to put into the Herodric Cube was a tome of town portals. Now, town portals are blue. All right, identification portals were red in Diablo 2, so it matches with the colorings of the tome here. This would be a tome of town portals if it were a part of the Diablo 2 universe or the Diablo universe. And the pages being torn out has a little bit of significance to it because in Diablo 2, you could have an empty tome and it wouldn't do anything. You couldn't use it for anything. You needed to put scrolls of town portals into the tomes in order to be able to open up the portal. If you tried to open up the portal with the tome that had no portals in it, then it would not work. So you had to put in at least one scroll of town portal into the tome to be able to open up the cow portal. So that's, I feel like, is going to be of some significance there. And then this goes back to the pond that we had in the town, surrounded by the ox statues. It says the oxen gods stand as guardians to this sacred fountain. It is said that one who presents a worthy offering cleansed in these waters may gain their blessing. So, first and foremost, there's 4 guardians or 4 oxen that surround this pond, and only one of them is clickable. I don't know if this is of any significance, but it is the one ox that is to the far east in terms of how they're positioned on your screen. And the cows on the map and the cow face on the map is also to the far east. So might be just might be nothing, but worth mentioning there. So it mentions that we need to cleanse offerings in these waters to gain their blessing. So the guess currently, I believe, is to find these items that we were discussing, the key, the tome, and cleanse them. Though we don't really have a way of doing that, and cleanse them in this pond. The other thing that you can click on in there is a tablet, a stone tablet. It says a crumbling stone has a few discernible words. Spill their blood to be deemed worthy. Now, every time that I've gone to the cow area, we'll go back up to this here. I keep resetting this, and I've done it maybe 30 times so far with no luck. But every time I go back to this area, I just randomly do it throughout the day. I'm killing these 3 cows that are here in an effort to see if maybe that's how these items get dropped. Because it says to spill their blood. Doesn't say who there is, but I feel like there's some sort of a connection between these things here. So that's going to be my guess in terms of that. Now, there is one other item actually here that we forgot, and I'll pull it up here real quick. We'll see if we can get that changed. There it is. All right, so sorry the sizing's a little off here, guys. I'm going to pull it up. This is the last piece, and if you played Diablo 2, then you're going to know what this is. The bloody wooden shard. A worn, blood-stained chunk of wood with tatted leather straps. The letter W has been crudely carved on one side. Though its purpose is lost to time, this was once an object of great significance. The very last item that we needed in Diablo 2 to be able to open up the portal was Wirt's leg. So Wirt was a character in Diablo. He had a wooden leg. He was a blacksmith, I'm pretty sure. And you would need to go farm his leg. You can only carry one at a time on your character. He was located in Tristram, and his body was in the top left corner of the map. You would click it, he would drop a bunch of gold, and then his leg would drop on the ground, his wooden leg. So these are all of the items that we needed to be able to make the cow portal in Diablo 2. We have all of the pieces here. We have a lot of information about how to do it. The only thing that we're missing is how to actually do it. It's one small piece of the puzzle. There's a lot of people that are playing the game right now, and a lot of people trying to figure this out. If it hasn't been figured out yet, my guess is going to be that while the ability to, or the idea of the cow portal exists in Diablo 4, I'm guessing that you can't actually do it yet. All of this information is in the files, and it's going to be used for either a seasonal event or some special event that comes up. But my guess is that we can't actually open the cow portal currently. That doesn't mean it's not worth looking for, though. If you are in that cow area, you should swing by there, kill those cows, see if anything happens. Randomly return back to the pond in Kedbaru and check that out, see if anything has changed, and talk to the NPCs there. Maybe a little hint or something. They'll change something in the text. And make sure you're checking the quest tab in your inventory. I know it's not very common that we look in there. There's not much need for it, but that's why it would be a perfect place for these things to be sitting in. There's people out there that may have these items if they're available in the game to get currently. I'm sure they're in somebody's inventory. We just got to find out who that person is and get that information. maybe figure out where they got it from, so on and so forth. Anyways, guys, that's the secret cow information that we have in Diablo 4. Be on the lookout for that. And if you have any questions, hey, hit me up in the comments down below, and we'll chat it out. Maybe you have some ideas. Let's hear them. Adios, muchachos.